Is it terrifying?
Look, it's a complicated topic, of course, and first of all, I mean, there are many things to say about it. First of all, we were working on many large language models, and in fact, obviously, Google Research actually invented transformers, as you know, which was the architecture that allowed all this to be possible 5-6 years ago. And so we had many large models internally. The thing was, I think what the ChatGPT moment did that changed was, and fair play to them to do that, was they demonstrated, I think somewhat surprisingly to themselves as well, that the public were ready to, the general public were ready to embrace these systems and actually find value in these systems. But interestingly, it turned out that even with those flaws, many tens of millions of people still find them very useful. And so that was an interesting update on maybe the convergence of products and the science that actually all of these amazing things we've been doing in the lab, so to speak, are actually ready for prime time for general use beyond the rarefied world of science. And I think that's pretty exciting in many ways.
So at the moment, we've got this exciting array of products, which we're all enjoying, and
Sure.
all this generative AI stuff is amazing. But let's roll the clock forward a bit. Microsoft and OpenAI are reported to be building or investing like $100 billion into an absolute monster database supercomputer that can offer compute at orders of magnitude more than anything we have today. I think it takes like 5 gigawatts of energy to drive this. It's estimated that's the energy of New York City to drive a data center. So we're pumping all this energy into this giant, vast brain. Google, I presume, is going to match this type of investment, right?
Well, I mean, we don't talk about our specific numbers, but I think we're investing more than that over time. So, and that's one of the reasons we teamed up with Google back in 2014. Is we knew that in order to get to AGI, we would need a lot of compute, and that's what's transpired. And Google, had and still has the most computers. So
Earth is building these giant computers that are going to basically, these giant brains that are going to power so much of the future economy. And it's by companies that are in competition with each other. How will we avoid the situation where someone is getting a lead, someone else has got $100 billion invested in their thing? Isn't someone going to go, wait a sec, if we used reinforcement learning here to maybe have the AI tweak its own code and rewrite itself and make itself power, we might be able to catch up in 9 hours over the weekend with what they're doing